You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. Two American League division leaders battling it out in this game, Game 2, between the Oakland Athletics and the New York Yankees. More specifically, this is Game 2 of a 4-game series that's scheduled to last throughout the rest of this weekend. And it's a good pitching matchup. Chris Bassett's pitching for the Athletics, but on the mound for the Yankees is All-Star Garrett Cole, 10-5 record in 23 starts, has a 3.61 ERA, and leads the American League in strikeouts with 186. And he'll first face Ramon Laureano, the leadoff hitter for the Athletics, 270 hitter entering play. He struggled to start the year, but he's kind of found his footing ever since the All-Star break. Strike one call. The Yankees 72-43 entering play, first in the AL East. The second best American League team behind the Minnesota Twins, who reached 80 wins yesterday. No ball, one strike pitch is hit in the air out towards center. Aaron Hicks running after it. And Hicks will make the catch. Two pitches, one out of Ramon Laureano. And with that, we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Oakland Athletics. Powerful lineup, consistent lineup, considering of the top 6 hitters being dangerous. Laureano gets on base. Chapman, Davis, Olson, Ed Hoskins all hit for power. And Robbie Grossman's been hitting for average this year. He's having more or less a breakout season with the Athletics. Here's Chapman, reigning Gold Glove Award winner at third base. Takes ball one. 274 hitter with 27 home runs and 69 RBIs entering play. Seems rare when you have a player that is excellent both defensively and offensively, but Matt Chapman is one of those rarities. Talented on both sides of the ball. Hits well, fields well. And he's batting second in this order. He started the year batting third, but then the Athletics traded away Marcus Semien. So Chapman moved up to bat second. Davis is batting third, and Matt Olson is in the cleanup spot. Three ball, no strike count. Here's the pitch. That's right down the middle, strike one. There are the umpires on your screen there, and that's Gary Simmons calling balls and strikes. 3-1 count, Garrett Cole with the pitch. Right down the middle, and that's out to right field. Back goes Tauchman toward the wall. It is gone! Two batters in, and the Athletics have a 1-0 lead over the Yankees. Garrett Cole has struggled this year with the long ball. He's exploited here by Matt Chapman. Check this out. 3-1 pitch. Hanging off speed pitch right down the middle. And the outfield had him shifted to the left. He hits it the other way and is able to clear that short porch out in right field. So 1-0, and here comes arguably the most dangerous hitter in this Athletics lineup, Chris Davis, batting .320 with 32 home runs and 93 RBIs entering play. He's tied with the second most home runs in the American League, and his 93 RBIs are tied for the most in the AL with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Chris Davis also the home run derby champion from this season, and on one pitch he pops it up. Bordering foul territory, Gio Urshela under it to make the catch. Two out, stop of the first. 1 run in. And here comes the cleanup hitter, Matt Olson. He, like Matt Chapman, a Gold Glove Award winner from last season, but Olson winning the Gold Glove Award for first baseman in the American League.
Count 1-0.
Olson also a power threat at the plate. Missed about a couple months with an injury. So when Seth Brown came up for the Athletics, did really well. And right around the time that Seth Brown was getting cold and starting to falter, that's when Olson came back. So the Athletics not missing any production. Seth Brown got sent back down to AAA. And a lot of that had to do with the fact, too, that the Athletics acquired Rhys Hoskins and Didi Gregorius from the Phillies. So Hoskins stepped in and also played first base a little bit, but in this game, Hoskins is playing left field. The Athletics have a power-happy lineup. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Swinging a foul ball, the count still even 2-2. And that was the Athletics' big trade before the deadline. Marcus Semien sent to the Phillies for Didi Gregorius and Rhys Hoskins. That's out toward right center field. Hicks going back. He's at the wall, and he reaches up to make the catch. So the Yankees avoid giving up 2 home runs. That one fell just short, but the Athletics do get a run on this solo home run by Matt Chapman. And after a half inning, it's the Athletics 1 and the Yankees coming to bat. And on the mound for the A's is Chris Bassett, who's been doing well in terms of record this year, but his earned run average is a bit higher than average. Also has a decent amount of strikeouts, too, 112. And he'll face DJ LeMahieu to start the bottom of the first inning.
Leading off for the Yankees.
DJ LeMahieu has the second highest average on the Yankees behind Miguel Andujar. Batting .312 entering play. LeMahieu also has 22 home runs and 74 RBIs. Line foul, the count 0-2. LeMahieu last season with the Yankees set several career highs in several different categories for himself, several single season highs for him. As he strikes out there. And he's continuing that production this year.
Batting second, the shortstop.
So he's out in this at bat, breaking ball that seemed to catch the corner right there, lower outside corner. Well placed pitch by Bassett. 3 pitches, 3 strikes on LeMahieu. Now 1 out, and here is Gleyber Torres. Torres, a .258 hitter with 31 home runs and 82 RBIs. Torres is leading the Yankees in home runs and has the second highest on base percentage at a .333. Now the Oakland Athletics, 70-45 entering play. They lead the AL West. The A's got their 70th win of the season yesterday against these Yankees. The Yankees coming into the series had a 7-game winning streak, which was broken yesterday after they lost. 2-ball, 1-strike count. It's inside, counts 3-1. This is game 2 of a 4-game series, so the Athletics are already up 1-0. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on that breaking ball, counts full 3-2, and that's quite a breaking ball, 70 miles per hour. Chopper on the ground left side. Played by Gregorius. Throws to Olsen. That's out number 2. With that, we'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. A lineup that has been filled with power hitters and run producers all season, though 2 run producers are missing from the order. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton got hurt. As a matter of fact, Gary Sanchez is on the injured list, too. As there's Gio Urshela coming to the plate. Before, Gleyber Torres was the number 3 hitter, but he got bumped to second in the order after Judge got hurt. But the Yankees have had injury troubles recently, and it's still plaguing them now. Counts 1-1. But Giancarlo Stanton is on the injured list with a torn labrum. He had that happen before the All-Star break, and that was a season-ending injury. He won't be back till 2021. Aaron Judge fractured his hand against the Red Sox a couple weeks ago, and he'll be out 1 to 2 months. It's 1 to 2 months. It's likely we'll see him for playoffs again. He'll be healthy in time for playoffs, but he's on the injured list as of now. And Gary Sanchez fractured his arm. He'll be out for 1 to 2 months again. He might come back for playoffs, but we'll have to see. Chris Bassett gets 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the first inning, and his team has a 1-0 lead going to the second. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Athletics in this half inning. Rhys Hoskins, Robbie Grossman, and Didi Gregorius. I've already mentioned this before, but Hoskins acquired with Didi Gregorius from the Phillies for Marcus Semien. Hoskins is tied for the league lead in walks. He has 72 walks this season. 1-1's the count. He and Mookie Betts were competing for the highest walk total when they both were in the National League, but now that Hoskins is in the American League, he's qualifying among American League leaders. One of the better power hitters in the game. And he hits that one through the shift. Base hit. Rhys Hoskins gets a leadoff single, and the Athletics, who scored last inning, have a runner on base to start this inning. And here comes Robbie Grossman, switch hitter, batting from the left side, former Houston Astro and Minnesota Twin. He's batting .312 with 8 home runs and 37 RBIs entering play. Now, Stephen Piscotty is on the bench for the Athletics. He was their opening day outfielder. But he's since gone on a cold streak. Grossman got hot, so the Athletics have been starting Grossman in right field. And ever since Hoskins got acquired, Hoskins has been started out as the first baseman, but then Olsen came back, so Hoskins moved out to left field. And of course, Chris Davis, who is technically an outfielder, is doing the designated hitting. 2-2 count on Grossman, but Grossman having quite a year for being a mid-200s hitter in the past. Counts full 3-2 with Didi Gregorius on deck. Garrett Cole gave up a home run to Matt Chapman last inning. That's put his team down early as that pitch is fouled off. Cole still throwing in the high 90s. His velocity up there and his strikeout totals up there. Again, he leads the American League in strikeouts. But the long ball has bitten him on multiple occasions this season. As that one goes out to right field, Tauchman runs under it. Tauchman makes the catch. And Hoskins, who didn't tag, goes back. And that's out number 1. And now let's take a look at the Yankees' starting defense. Brett Gardner out in left, Aaron Hicks in center, Mike Tauchman replacing Aaron Judge and playing right field, Gio Urshela at third base, Gleyber Torres at short, DJ LeMahieu at second, Luke Voigt at first, and Rob Brantley playing for Gary Sanchez at the catcher position. Now here's a former Yankee, Didi Gregorius, batting .218 with 13 home runs and 49 RBIs entering play. Those numbers are from both his time in Philadelphia and in Oakland since he joined. Gregorius was the Yankee shortstop from 2015 to 2019. The Yankees did not elect to re-sign Gregorius, and that was in an effort to save funds to commit to Garrett Cole, which the Yankees did do successfully. So Didi Gregorius ended up signing with the Phillies, joined his former manager Joe Girardi, and played there for just about half a season. They got traded right before the All-Star break. But now Gregorius playing shortstop for the Athletics. As he swings and misses there, that's out number 2. It's a high inside fastball. Two outs, top of the second. Here's Chad Pinder playing second base for the Athletics and batting 8th. And on one pitch, he flares one out towards center. That falls in front of Hicks for a hit. And Hicks with that strong arm gets it in quickly. So Hoskins stays right at second, and Pinder is on first with a 2-out single.
The catcher, Sean Murphy.
So Hoskins singled, Cole got 2 outs, and now Pinder singled as the number 8 hitter, and now here comes the bottom of the order. The number 9 hitter, catcher Sean Murphy. Fouls that first pitch off for strike 1. Sean Murphy, a young catcher for this Athletics team. He was one of the A's top prospects before. He's projected to have a good career based on where he was drafted. And he lines out to Aaron Hicks in his first at bat of this game, and that ends the top of the second inning. So 2 singles for the Athletics in this half inning. But no runs scored and 2 runners left on. After an inning and a half, it's 1-0. The Athletics lead it. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Middle of the order due up for the Yankees in this half inning. Miguel Andujar, Luke Voigt, and Aaron Hicks. And this batter coming in the box now, Andujar, making a case for most valuable player in the American League. He's having a breakout season. Up the middle and stopped by Bassett on the mound. Throws to Olsen at first. That's out number 1.
Batting fifth, the first baseman.
It looks like his wrist is hurt a bit. Might not have got the entire glove. Maybe got him on that arm. Or he's vulnerable. He's shaking it off. So it looks like he'll continue. Here comes Luke Voigt, 266 hitter with 13 home runs and 48 RBIs entering play. Former St. Louis Cardinal. The Yankees traded for him in the middle of the 2018 season, helped their first base issue. Back then, the Yankees were hoping that Greg Bird would stay healthy enough to play, which didn't happen. Bird was on the injured list, and the Yankees were looking for a suitable replacement. They traded for Voigt. He became an instant superstar at a breakout season. Developed himself as a power bat. And here he is batting in the middle of the Yankees order. Counts 1-2. It's 1-0. The Athletics lead the Yankees. Matt Chapman homered in the first inning off Garrett Cole. 1-2 pitch on Voigt. Swing, and that's belted out to left, but got across into foul territory, so just a foul ball. Count still 1-2. Hello, Eric Ledford. Good to see you as well. Sorry your notifications weren't popping up, but glad you found the game. Fouled off, the count still 1-2. Luke Voigt made his Major League debut in 2017 with the Cardinals. So this is his 4th season as a Major League player. Fouled off, the count still even 2-2. Wasn't a consistent player when he was on the Cardinals. He was bouncing around the minor leagues and the major leagues. But ever since he's been on the Yankees, he has been their primary first baseman and a consistent middle of the order bat. And he belts that one out towards center, base hit. Voigt will get into second base as Laureano gets that one in. That's the first hit for the Yankees in this game. And that hit puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And here comes the Yankees center fielder, Aaron Hicks. Takes ball 1 down low. Hicks, a 247 hitter with 9 home runs and 21 RBIs entering play. Also has a respectable 865 OPS. Deep out toward left. Hicks went the other way, but that doesn't stay fair. It goes foul. Counts even 1-1. One count. Swing and a miss. Counts 1-2. Hicks started his career with the Minnesota Twins, but in 2015 was traded to the Yankees. Early in his career, he was known more for his defensive skills, but since coming to New York, he has developed a power swing as that one gets away from Sean Murphy, and into third goes Luke Voigt. Now there's a runner on third with 1 out. Check that pitch out again. Sometimes it's hard for a catcher to gauge where a ball is going to land if it's coming toward the batter, because for a brief second, the catcher loses sight of the ball. So it was a good effort for Murphy just to try to get his body anywhere where he thought it was going to get in front. But it was unsuccessful. 2-2 misses down low. Counts now 3-2. Brett Gardner awaiting on deck for the Yankees. 3-2 pitch coming from Chris Bassett. Swing and a miss. That pitch dipped below the knees. Started at the knees and dipped below. Look at the movement on that ball. That was a well-placed pitch by Chris Bassett. And Hicks couldn't hit it. So 2 outs. Bottom of the second, and here comes the Yankees' number 7 hitter. It's Brett Gardner. 265 hitter with 10 homers and 46 RBIs entering play. Gardner, the longest tenured Yankee. Been on the club since 2008 and hasn't deviated from the Yankees at all in his career. He's never been traded, and every time he's been a free agent, he is signed back with the Yankees. Throughout his Yankee career, he's bounced around as a center fielder and a left fielder. With Aaron Hicks healthy again, Gardner back out and left. Counts now 1-2. That's fouled off. The count still 1-2. Luke Voigt doubled with 1 out. Advanced to third on a wild pitch. But then Aaron Hicks struck out. And so does Brett Gardner. No runs on a hit for the Yankees and 1 runner left in scoring position. After 2 full innings, the Yankees are trailing the Athletics 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the order due up for the Athletics in this half inning. Ramon Laureano, Matt Chapman, and Chris Davis.
Inside, ball 1.
Counts 1-0. Ramon Laureano has established himself as one of the best defensive outfielders in the game. One of his most notable plays was from a few seasons ago, where he robbed a home run and then threw the ball. This was at Angel Stadium. He threw the ball from the left center field gap, like at the wall. Threw it all the way to first base to complete a double play because the runner didn't tag up. It was rather impressive. He's made a few wall jumping catches. He's robbed a few home runs, and he showed off his arm plenty of times. Three ones outside. That's ball 4. Laureano on. So the Athletics, for 3 straight innings, have gotten a runner on base against Garrett Cole.
Matt Chapman.
So nobody out, runner on, and here is Matt Chapman, who got the Athletics on the board early off Garrett Cole. He hit a solo home run back in the first inning. Got 2 powerful teams going at it. Both these teams have power-based lineups. Both these teams at 70 wins or more now. That's a strike, counts 1-1. The Athletics got their 70th win yesterday. The Yankees are at 72 wins as of today. There are only 4 teams in Major League Baseball with 70 or more wins as of right now. 3 of them belong in the American League. Swing and miss, counts 1-2. The Minnesota Twins yesterday earned their 80th win of the season. Twins coming very close to clinching a playoff berth. We're still in mid-August. Chapman strikes out there. Looked like a slider from Garrett Cole. Got him to swing over it. That's out number 1. Here comes Chris Davis. 0-for-1. He popped out in the first inning. Batting with a runner on and 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. His team up a run. Chris Davis has always been known for being a power bat in the order. But this season, he's done well at getting on base and hitting for average as well. His average over 300. Now he's batting 3rd. He's been the primary catalyst in this Athletics lineup. In 2018, he was Major League Baseball's leader in home runs with 48. Last season, he had a bit of a dip, and he didn't play the full season last year either, but this year he's come back strongly in multiple facets of his offensive game. He's the Athletics' designated hitter. One ball, two strike count. That's belted to left. And that ball's going to get out of here. It's 3-0 A's. 2 home runs for the Athletics, 3 runs scored. Davis now has 33 home runs on the season. Three to nothing, A's over Yankees. Now check out where this pitch was. That's another hanging breaking ball thrown by Cole. Matt Chapman also hit a home run off a breaking ball. This one was way out of there. 406. Almost to that second tier out in left field. Here's Matt Olson. Swings and misses at strike one. Reached out for that. He flew out in the first inning. 274 hitter, 19 homers, and 41 RBIs. Cole almost did 50 pitches and hasn't pitched through 3 full innings yet. He struggled early. 0-2 is fouled off. The count's still 0-2. The Yankee infield shifting, anticipating Olsen to pull the ball, so they're exaggerated to the right if you're looking from home plate out into the field. Down low, counts 1-2. Swinging a foul ball. The count's still 1-2 on Matt Olson, the reigning Gold Glove Award winner among American League first basemen, and a feared power bat in the Athletics lineup. Strike 3 called. Olson not happy with that call, but he's rung up. Cole now with 3 strikeouts, adding to his American League leading total. And you be the judge. Was that a strike? Two out, stop of the third. Bases empty. Here's Rhys Hoskins. Hoskins hit a single in his first at bat. Beat the Yankees shift too. The infield was shifted to the left, and Hoskins hit it through the vacated right side of the field. The infield still shifted on Hoskins. No ball, 1 strike count. It's outside, counts 1-1. Hoskins broke out in 2018. Established himself as a power bat that year. Was an outfielder for the Phillies, but once the Phillies acquired Bryce Harper and Andrew McCutchen, Hoskins moved over to first base. That was also when they traded Carlos Santana back to the Indians, so they needed a first baseman, and Hoskins was able to play first base. Now Hoskins is an outfielder again, being on the Athletics. Power fastball right by Hoskins, 97 miles per hour. They count even 2-2. Two ball, 2 strike count on Hoskins. Here's the pitch from Cole. Swing and a miss. So Cole has struck out 4, but he's also given up 3 runs. The Athletics tagged on 2 more with this 2-run home run by Chris Davis. After 2.5 innings, it's the Athletics 3 and the Yankees 0. Well, there's Heidi Watney. She's talking about something, but looks like she's going to pull up a graphic for us. We're just going to demonstrate why one of these teams is really good or really bad. And it's a good thing that the Yankees are on this list. It's talking about their rankings in terms of offensive categories. So minus stolen bases, they are first and second in several categories among major league teams. They're scoring nearly 6 runs a game.
Leading off for the Yankees, the right fielder.
That's close for the Athletics as well. The Athletics also have a powerful lineup. I've been saying that for these first 3 innings now, but it is the truth. Both of these teams have extraordinary power hitters in their lineup, and right now, the Athletics offense is winning. And more on that, Chris Bassett has kept the Yankees scoreless so far. Still early, but the Athletics able to score first. No ball, 2-strike count. That's fouled off. The count still 0-2 on Mike Tauchman, a former Colorado Rocky, was traded over to the Yankees, and he was a consistent minor league player before the Yankees had several injuries last season that allowed him to come up and play Major League Baseball. And he filled in well. He did well with the bat, and he made a few sparkling out defensive plays as well out in the outfield. Strike 3 called. That's out number 1. Chris Bassett now with 5 strikeouts. And here comes the number 9 hitter, Rob Brantley. The Yankees traded for Rob Brantley right before the trade deadline. Brantley last played for the San Francisco Giants. He was in their minor league system, and the Yankees have turned out to need Rob Brantley. One reason, because Kyle Higashioka was struggling at the major league level, so the Yankees sent him back down to AAA. And another reason now why he's a huge piece of this Yankees team is because Gary Sanchez is injured, so Brantley bringing a veteran presence on the Yankees team, doing the catching and being a starter. Flares that one out to left, and Brantley is on base. He's got himself a single.
Now back, second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
The DJ LeMahieu comes up, top of the order, back up for the Yankees. Runner on, 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd. That's strike 1 on LeMahieu, who got out in his first at bat. Leadoff hitter for the Yankees. Former Chicago Cub. Made his debut with the Cubs in 2011. Then played for the Colorado Rockies from 2012 to 2019. Made a few All-Star appearances. Joined the Yankees in 2019. That was last season, and he, not that he wasn't an established player before, but he had arguably the best season of his career last year. And he's on base for the Yankees for the first time this game. Just a line drive right up the middle. So the Yankees have 2 on with 1 out, bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's Gleyber Torres. He's 0 for 1, grounded out in the first inning. Torres, the Yankees leader in home runs with 31. He's tied for 5th among American League hitters in home runs. Chris Davis, entering play, was tied with 2 other players for the second most home run total, the second most home runs in the American League. But after he hit his 33rd in the top of the 3rd inning, he's now secured himself at the 2nd spot. Secured himself with the 2nd most. Counts 3-0 on Torres. Gio Urshela on deck. Gleyber Torres, a product of the Chicago Cubs organization, made his debut, though, with the Yankees in 2018. That's strike 1. The Yankees acquired some prospects for Aroldis Chapman. Torres was one of those prospects. Torres never played a major league game with the Cubs, but made his debut as the second baseman for the Yankees in 2018, and he's become a phenomenon, talented hitter. Defensively, he's had his struggles, but overall, he's a valuable piece of the Yankees' offensive part of the lineup. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Chapman plays, tags the runner for 1, and throws to Olsen to get Torres out at first base. Double play turn by the A's there. No runs on a couple hits for the Yankees, and 1 runner left on after 3 full innings. It's the Athletics 3 and the Yankees 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. There's Heidi Watney, and we're going to see some Athletics. Yep, Didi Gregorius specifically holding a bat. Varro, it's a bat weight. Pretty cool stuff. Didi Gregorius, once beloved by these Yankees fans, now playing for one of the enemies, and it's possible that the Yankees and Athletics could see each other come the postseason. The Twins right now have a large lead for the best record in the American League. They're at 80 wins. The Yankees are the next best team at 72. But the best record in each league gets to play the wild card team that wins the wild card game to start playoffs. So unless the Twins start to struggle, or either of these two teams get on a hot streak and are able to catch and or pass the Twins, these two teams might see each other come postseason. They might play each other in the division series. That's a fly out there. Rhys Hoskins. Excuse me, that wasn't Rhys Hoskins. That was Robbie Grossman flying out to Brett Gardner. So one out. Top of the fourth, and here's Didi Gregorius. And he swings and belts that one out to left field. And that ball is gone. That's 3 home runs now given up by Garrett Cole through the first 4 innings of this game. It's 4-0. The A's continue to lead this one, and they've extended their lead. Gregorius went the other way, too. That pitch was left up in the zone. And Gregorius homers off his former team. Check out where this one landed. 340 feet out to left. It's not a super long home run, but the corners of Yankee Stadium are short and susceptible to home runs. Crossing over the wall. Now here's Chad Pinder, who's 1 for 1. He's singled in the second inning. Garrett Cole gave up a home run to Matt Chapman in the first inning. Made it 1-0 A's. The Athletics didn't score in the second, but in the third, a runner was on base when Chris Davis hit a home run. That made it 3-0 Athletics, and with 1 out here in the fourth inning, Didi Gregorius hit a solo home run, making it 4-0 A's. Garrett Cole giving up 3 home runs. He's struggling early. It's been one of his weaknesses throughout the season, is giving up home runs. Counts 3-1 on Chad Pinder. He's racked up the strikeouts all season, and in fact, he is the American League leader in strikeouts, but when it comes to giving up home runs and limiting runs, he has not been very sharp this season. And right now, the Athletics are exposing that with their power bats in the lineup. Counts full 3-2. Full count pitch coming. That's a pop fly out toward right field. Mike Tauchman is under that one. And he makes the catch. Now there are 2 outs in the top of the fourth.
Up next for Oakland, the catcher, Sean Murphy.
So Sean Murphy comes to the plate now. 2 outs, top of the fourth inning. Nobody on and a run in for the A's.
Ball 1. Ball 1, no strike.
Sean Murphy yesterday in the A's win when you went 1 for 5 with a double.
Ball, that's out.
That misses, counts 2-1. Two ball, no strike count on the Athletics catcher. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Count now 2-1. This is game 2 of a 4-game series that will last throughout the weekend, and the A's won yesterday 8-0. That one's popped up, foul territory. Urshela seems to have a play, and he does make the catch. That ends the top of the fourth inning. But the Athletics pounding Garrett Cole early. Didi Gregorius hit this solo home run. The 3rd home run for the A's in this game, and it's extended their lead up to 4 now. It's a 4-0 score. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Part of the order due up for the Yankees in this half inning: Gio Urshela, Miguel Andujar, and Luke Voigt. Urshela is 0 for 1.
Ball.
Urshela, the third baseman of the Yankees,
Count 1-0.
started his career with the Cleveland Indians. In 2019, he got traded from the Indians to the Blue Jays. Spent merely a few days in that organization before getting traded to the Yankees, and he was the replacement at third base for the Yankees since Miguel Andujar got hurt. And he had a breakout season for his career. That's helped him stay on the roster, and he's been a starter this year with Miguel Andujar
Now batting, the
being the designated hitter and Urshela
Miguel
playing well.
Andujar.
He's a better defender than Andujar is at third base. One of the reasons why he's out there. But he grounds out there, one out, bottom of the fourth, and here is the Yankees' designated hitter, Miguel Andujar. Despite not having Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, or Giancarlo Stanton in the lineup, the Yankees are still doing well, and that's partly because of Miguel Andujar's success, putting his team on his back. Made his Major League debut in 2018 with the Yankees, became an instant sensation in New York, but unfortunately last year he got hurt, which kept him out of the lineup. That allowed the Yankees to acquire Gio Urshela. Coming back into this season, though, Andujar is topping his 2018 season, batting nearly .350. He's batting .340 entering play. Still putting up quality power numbers as well. Ones that are on pace to break his highs that he hit in 2018. He has 22 home runs and 88 RBIs as he pops that one out towards center. Ramon Laureano under it. He makes the catch. That's out number 2 in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Now batting, the first baseman.
And that'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Luke Voigt.
Boy.
Yeah, the Yankees struggling with injuries this year. Just a reminder of who's on the injured list for the Yankees. Luis Severino, one of the players, but that's been known for a while. He had surgery on his arm, so he won't be back until 2021. Giancarlo Stanton, before the All-Star break, tore his labrum. It was about a month before the All-Star break, tore his labrum, season-ending injury. He'll be on the injured list until 2021. He might miss a few days to start the year, too. It's that bad of an injury. That's out toward right field, played by Robbie Grossman out in right, and that ends the fourth inning. So the Yankees get no runs on no hits and leave no runners on base. We'll cover more of the Yankees' injuries coming up after the break. But it's 4-0 A's. All right, break over. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the order, do it for the A's. Ramon Laureano, Matt Chapman, and Chris Davis, the ones scheduled to bat. But back to the Yankees' injuries. So Severino's on the injured list. He's a pitcher, but some of the position players that are affecting the Yankees right now, Giancarlo Stanton, torn labrum. He'll be out for the rest of this season. Aaron Judge fractured his hand against the Red Sox a couple of weeks ago. So he's on the injured list for about 1 to 2 months. Gary Sanchez is on the injured list too. He fractured his arm about a week ago, and that's 1 to 2 month recovery period on estimation. And the Yankees might have Clint Frazier playing right now, but in AAA, Clint Frazier fractured his foot. So he'll be out for another 1 to 2 months. So the Yankees can't even use him. The Yankees called up Estevan Florial, to come up, and he's been on the bench, but he's an outfield replacement for the Yankees should they need one, because Mike Tauchman turned from a bench player to a regular starter out in right field. That's in the center, a base hit for Ramon Laureano, who's on base for the second time in this game. Leadoff runner on, nobody out.
Third baseman, Matt Chapman. Your attention, please.
And with that, Garrett Cole's taken out of the game, and now taking the mound is Jay Happ. Jay Happ started the year as a starter, but you see his numbers there, not great. Making his 26th appearance of the season. Jay Happ got removed from the rotation, and in his place came Clark Schmidt. So Happ's been a long relief pitcher for the Yankees, coming in situations like this, where a starter has struggled and he just needs to do some patchwork. Limit any more damage from happening. Matt Chapman at the plate. He homered in his first at bat. Gave the Athletics an early 1-0 lead. A lead which they have since built on. It's now 4-0. 3 players have hit home runs. Chapman was one of them with that solo home run in the first. Chris Davis hit a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning, and then Didi Gregorius homered in the 4th. That one fouled off. The count now 1-2. Jay Happ's played for a few teams throughout his career. The Blue Jays, one of them. The Phillies, another. The Mariners, another. The Pirates, another. Veteran left-handed pitcher. He was traded from the Blue Jays to the Yankees in the middle of the 2018 season. Then the Yankees picked him back up to stay in the rotation, but again, he struggled this season. So he's been taken out of the rotation, and Chapman sends that one to left. And Happ is greeted with a 2-run home run. The Athletics have homered in 4 of the first 5 innings of this game. And it's now 6-0 A's over Yankees. Now check out where that pitch was, right down the middle. It's almost the same pitch that Chapman hit out on Cole. That pitch was a fastball, though. Chapman in his first at-bat hit a breaking ball for a home run. So Cole's score line is officially completed. 4+ innings, and 5 earned runs given up. Now here's Chris Davis, who hit a 2-run home run back in the 3rd inning. The Athletics have only scored on home runs to this point, and they're close to matching their run total from yesterday. They beat the Yankees 8-0 yesterday in Game 1 of this 4-game series. This is Game 2, and this series to last throughout the weekend. 2-1's the count. Two ball, 1 strike count. Ground ball left side. See the infield shifted there. That's fouled off. Just fouled on the 3rd base line. Now the count is even 2-2. That pitch misses outside. Counts full 3-2. That's ball 4. Chris Davis on base. Jay Happ hasn't recorded an out yet since he's been in the game.
Matt Olson.
So Aaron Boone can't replace him until he faces Matt Olson. Remember the new rule in baseball where a pitcher must face 3 hitters or complete an inning. Get the final out of an inning before being subject to replacement. But Happ struggling to start. Give up a home run to Chapman and then walked Chris Davis. Swing and a miss. The count's 0-2. No 2's outside. Counts 1-2. Happ trying to bait him with that breaking ball. Happ replaced Garrett Cole in this inning. Cole pitched into this 4th inning but gave up a single and then got taken out. As Happ strikes out Olson there, that's out number 1. But Cole, 5 earned runs charged to him over 4+ innings. So 1 out, top of the 5th. Now here's Rhys Hoskins. He singled in the 2nd inning. Got out in his most recent at-bat. Counts 1-0. Athletics leading this one 6-0. They got to Garrett Cole early, which is huge. There aren't too many more better pitchers in the game than Garrett Cole, so it could inspire confidence for the playoffs as well. The Athletics are in the series now in August, able to win or perhaps sweep a series against the Yankees. That could inspire confidence in the future as they go into playoffs, saying, hey, if we could win 4 in the regular season, or if we could win 3 in the regular season even, what's a best of 5 series? That's fouled off the count 2-2. And where the records stand right now, if the season ended today, the Yankees would be the 2 team in the American League. The Athletics would be the 3 team. So the Yankees would have home field advantage in a series, but these two would be meeting in a best of 5 in the division series. And it might inspire even more confidence for the Athletics that if they could win a series at Yankee Stadium, too, with Garrett Cole being a pitcher in part of the series. And the Athletics are looking good right now, and this is a taste of what the postseason could look like. As Hoskins lines out to Aaron Hicks there, that's out number 2.
Robbie Grossman.
So 2 outs, top of the 5th, and here is Robbie Grossman. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Grossman took his first 2 at-bats from the left side of the plate with Garrett Cole being a right-hander. And he went 0 for 2 off Cole, but now facing a new arm and facing that arm from a new side of the plate. Swing and a miss. Counts 1-1. Toward the middle, and that gets through for a hit.
Now batting, the shortstop, Didi Gregorius.
We'll take a look at where this pitch was, right over the middle, a little lower than belt high, but Grossman does well to make contact sharply and gets it through the middle. Now here's Didi Gregorius, who homered off Garrett Cole in his last at bat, 1 for 2 in total, facing Happ for the first time. Swinging a foul ball, count is even 1-1. Gregorius started his career in 2012 with the Cincinnati Reds. Got traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks, played there from 2013 to the end of 2014. Then got traded to the Yankees in 2015 as a part of a 3-way deal. Had the breakout parts of his season with the Yankees from 2015 to 2019. And then hit free agency, signed with the Phillies. The Yankees didn't choose to re-sign him. So started the year with the Phillies, then got traded from the Phillies to the A's, where he is now. He strikes out there, and Brantley completes the strikeout, so the top of the 5th inning is over, but the Athletics get 2 more runs. Matt Chapman hit his 2nd home run of the game. This time it was a 2-run home run. It's 6-0. Athletics over Yankees going to the bottom of the 5th. Well, Heidi Watney's about to come on the screen, and if she were being honest, she'd talk about what a disgrace the Yankees are right now, just struggling early on, and Garrett Cole a big reason for that. The Yankees haven't scored yet, but Garrett Cole also gave up 5 of the 6 runs that the Athletics scored. So he's on the look. He's on the hook for the loss right now. Still about half of this game to play still. A couple of arms warming up now in the Athletics bullpen, but Chris Bassett's still on the mound and still throwing pretty efficiently. 61 pitches coming into this 5th inning. Counts 1-0. Aaron Hicks, the first to bat. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Yankees in this half inning. Aaron Hicks, Brett Gardner, and Mike Tauchman. It's fouled off the count, even 1-1. Hicks been a part of the Yankees ever since the second half of 2015. He was traded to the Yankees. Had been best known for his defensive skills in the outfield, but like many Yankees hitters recently, after coming to the Yankees, he developed a sense of power in his bat. Became a feared hitter, so much so that he's batted 3rd consistently since being on the Yankees. It was some parts of last season he was the number 3 hitter for the Yankees, and toward the end of 2018 he was as well. 2-ball, 2-strike count. But Hicks needing to continue to have success for the Yankees. And Several Yankees hitters need to keep the bats going without Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton and Gary Sanchez in the lineup. All three of them on the injured list. Swing, and that's foul. Counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yankees down 6 runs in this bottom of the 5th inning. The Athletics have scored their 6 runs on 5 home runs. And look at that, the Yankees tag along to the home run train. That ball is gone. Aaron Hicks now with 10 home runs on the season. That's the 6th home run hit between both of these teams. 5 from the A's and 1 from the Yanks. It's now 6-1. Well, the Yankees won't get shut out in back-to-back nights. They lost yesterday 8-0. This will prevent that, but they're still down by 5. Watch the trajectory. That was a majestic home run. Mountainous. Reached the second deck out in right field. 108 miles per hour off the bat. So nobody out, bottom of the 5th. Yankees on the board, and here's Brett Gardner, who struck out in the 2nd inning against Bassett. Gardner, 264 hitter with 10 homers and 46 RBIs. That's a strike, counts even, 1-1. Gardner signed with the Yankees this past offseason again. He re-signed. As he fouls that pitch off, count is 1-2. Become a free agent a couple times in his career, but has always signed back with the Yankees. The Yankees enjoy his veteran presence. And even though he's been getting older, his production numbers have gotten better. He came into the league as a primarily defensive player, being an outfielder. Struggled at the plate, but was quick. He was a threat to run on the base paths. But as his career started to develop, he became a better contact hitter, and in 2017, he broke out with almost 30 home runs. And he shifted his game more from being a power bat, or excuse me, more from being a contact bat to being a power bat. And so he's been one of the Yankees' run producers. And he's shifted throughout the order as well. Sometimes he'll bat leadoff. Sometimes he'll bat third. And other times he's toward the bottom of the order. But he's been impactful almost all the time. A pitch at bat. The 9th one coming up. 2 ball, 2 strike count. In the dirt, counts full 3-2 with Mike Tauchman on deck. Full count pitch. That's a foul ball. That was the 10th pitch from Chris Bassett in this plate appearance. Here comes number 11. Soft fly ball out toward right center, and Grossman coming all the way in to make the catch. Fender didn't even try for that one. Trusted Grossman to get it, and he did. So 1 out, bottom of the 5th, and here comes Bob Melvin. So Chris Bassett pitched into the 5th inning, but Bob Melvin will not let him complete the inning. 4 1/3 innings officially in the books, and he gave up 1 earned run, potentially 2 should that run. Or excuse me, there is no runners on base. No, he's done. 4 1/3 innings pitched, and he gave up 1 earned run. Here comes Paul Blackburn to pitch, making his 39th appearance of the season. Blackburn is one of the long relief pitchers for the Athletics. They're getting a chance to pitch in this situation. Here's Mike Tauchman. Tauchman struck out in the 3rd inning. That was his first at bat. Now getting his 2nd plate appearance in here. Tauchman playing right field in place of Aaron Judge, who's on the injured list. Tauchman was acquired last season by the Yankees from the Rockies. And he became impactful because of all the injuries the Yankees had last season. Giancarlo Stanton was on the injured list, as was Aaron Judge for a period of time. The Yankees needed outfield depth, and they got it. Tauchman singles through the right side of the infield, so runner on with one out for the Yankees. They got a run in already in this half inning. Aaron Hicks led off the inning with a solo home run off Chris Bassett. Bassett got Gardner to fly out, and then Bob Melvin executed a pitching change. J.B. Wendelken and Jake Diekman now warming up in the A's bullpen as Rob Brantley comes up to the plate and takes strike one. Brantley singled in the third inning. He was traded to the Yankees from the Giants just before the trade deadline. And he went from being the catcher on the bench to being the starter. Because Gary Sanchez is on the injured list. He hurt his arm and he'll be out for roughly 1 to 2 months. That's fouled off. The count still 0-2. But Kyle Higashioka was the backup catcher to start the season. He wasn't doing very well, though, when he came in. So the Yankees adding a veteran presence to the lineup. That's down low. Murphy keeps it in front of him, but that's Tauchman advancing to second base on what will most likely be scored a wild pitch. And it is scored a wild pitch. Well, Murphy did a decent job trying to keep that in front of him. And it didn't get by him, so he had a chance to throw Tauchman out, but Tauchman able to slide in just before the throw got in there, and Pinder couldn't scoop it anyway, so a wild pitch puts a runner in scoring position for the Yankees. 1 ball, 2 strike count. That's fouled off. The count still 1-2. This is game 2 of a 4-game series. The Athletics won yesterday 8-0. They have a large lead in this one. It's 6-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Toward the middle, played by Gregorius, throws to Olsen. Brantley out at first, 2 outs bottom of the 5th, and Tauchman stays on second base.
Now batting, the second baseman.
That wild pitch turned out to be pivotal. That most likely would have been a double play if Tauchman would have been on first base, but since he advanced to second on the wild pitch, no double play turned by the Athletics, and now the top of the order will bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Mayhew singled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2. Third on the Yankees in RBIs this season with 74.
I got the count 0-2.
No ball, 2 strike count on the Yankees second baseman. Down low, counts 1-2. DJ LeMahieu was signed by the Yankees and was supposed to be a utility player, play anywhere around the infield. But with the injuries that the Yankees sustained last season, Didi Gregorius being one of those injuries, Gleyber Torres got moved to shortstop, and LeMahieu got to play every day. And then when Luke Voigt got hurt, LeMahieu was consistently the first baseman for the Yankees. And he hits that one up the middle. Tauchman coming to the plate. Throw from Laureano is just a bit late, and a run scores for the Yankees. DJ LeMahieu now with 75 RBIs on the year. And it's now a 6-2 ball game. The Yankees chipping away 1 by 1. 2 runs in this half inning. It's not quite over yet. But Aaron Hicks hit a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. And Mike Tauchman singled, advanced to second on a wild pitch. And DJ LeMahieu with 2 outs just singled him home. DJ LeMahieu also has 2 hits in this game now. Here's Gleyber Torres, who grounded out in both of his first 2 at-bats. No ball, 1 strike count. That is foul. That pitch leaked over the middle of the plate, but Torres couldn't get around on it. And he's down on the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase. Torres down on 3 pitches, but that ball hit the ground. So Murphy will throw to Olsen. That completes the strikeout of Torres. And that ends the 5th inning. But 2 runs in for the Yankees on 3 hits. And going to the 6th inning, it's 6-2. The Yankees trailing. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 8-9 1-hitters due up for the Yankees in this half inning. Or excuse me, 8-9 1-hitters due up for the Athletics in this half inning. Chad Pinder,
Off the plate, ball 1.
Sean Murphy, and Ramon Laureano. Pinder has no hits off J-Happ so far in this matchup. Even count 1-1. Softly hit out toward left center, coming on Hicks, but he can't make the play. It'll fall in front of him, and the Athletics have another leadoff runner on base.
Now batting, catcher, John Murphy.
That breaking ball didn't leak too far over the plate, but it did sweep over the middle for a minute. And that allowed Pinder to get a good part of the bat on the ball, and he didn't square it up, but he hit it off the right part of the bat. And was able to muscle it into center field. 1-0 count on Sean Murphy, who is 0 for 2, has one hit in the series, neither of which have come today. One ball, no strike count. Fly ball toward right. There's Tauchman under it. Catch made, and back to first goes Pinder. That's out number 1.
Now batting, number 22.
That'll bring up the top of the order again for the Athletics. Here's Ramon Laureano getting his 3rd plate appearance of the game in here. He's 1 for 2. He's singled, and he's scored a couple times in this game, too.
Nope.
That just misses. Counts 1-0.
Counts 1-0.
J-Happ came in last inning, replaced Garrett Cole. So far, he's been charged with 1 earned run. He gave up a home run to Matt Chapman. The Athletics have only scored on home runs in this game. They got a solo home run from Matt Chapman in the 1st. They got a 2-run home run from Chris Davis in the 3rd. And Didi Gregorius hit a solo home run in the 4th. And then just last inning, Matt Chapman hit a 2-run home run. And for the first time since the 2nd inning, the Athletics don't score in an inning. Double play turned here. Laureano hit it to LeMahieu. So it was LeMahieu 4, Torres 6 to Voit 3 for the double play. Out at second, Pinder, and out at first, Laureano. No runs, no hit. No runs on 1 hit, and nobody left on base. Going to the bottom of the 6th, it's 2-0. The Yankees are trailing the Athletics. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 3-4-5 hitters due up for the Yankees in this half inning. Urshela the first to bat, and he takes strike 1. It'll be Urshela, then Andujar, and then Voit. The 3 hitters scheduled to bat.
Ball, that's out.
Just misses outside, counts 1-1. Urshela 0 for 2 out of the 3 spot. Been producing as well this year as he did last year. Started the year out in the bottom of the order. That's just because the Yankees are trying to spread out the bats. But since Judge, Stanton, and Sanchez are hurt, Urshela has been moved to the number 3 spot in the order, and so far he's been doing well since being in the 3 spot. But in this game, he's 0 for 3. Flew out to Rhys Hoskins out in left field. That's the first out of this bottom of the 6th inning. Now here comes Miguel Andujar, another bat in the Yankees lineup that has been extinguished in this game so far. Andujar 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. That's dropped his average from 340 to 338. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. The Yankees are trailing by 4 runs. We talked about before how Andujar is having a great season for his standards. It's arguably the best season he's had so far since being a major leaguer, and the sample size isn't too large because he's only played in roughly 2 major league seasons. That one's on the ground to the right side, bobbled by Olsen for a second. But Blackburn over to cover. Olsen recovers in enough time, and Andujar's out at first. But I did want to say that Andujar's home run total from 2018 is his single season high. It's 27. And this year he has 22 with about a month and a half left to play. So he might set a new single season high for his home run total. That's something to look forward to. And his average was under 300 in 2018, but now it's well over 300, so expect him to have a new single season high in batting average, too.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Here comes Luke Voit, who's 1 for 2. He's batting with 2 outs and the base is empty.
I got 2-1 the count.
This is game 2 of a 4-game series. The A's won yesterday and shut out the Yankees 8-0. The Athletics scored all 6 of their runs by the 5th inning. The Yankees got 2 in the bottom of the 5th, but they still trailed this one by 4. Matt Olson plays that one himself, and that ends the 6th inning. The Yankees get no runs on no hits and leave nobody on base. After 6 full innings, it's the Athletics leading the Yankees 9-2. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis, and that is Matt Chapman. Chapman has 2 home runs in this game, and you're looking at his 2-run home run he hit back in the 5th inning. That made it a 6-run game at the time. Now it's a 4-run game, but that home run was the last time that the Athletics scored. That's strike 1. The Yankees at 72 wins, the Athletics at 70 wins. As you see Jonathan Holder and Tommy Canley warming up in the bullpen for the Yankees. If the season ended today, these 2 teams would be playing each other in the ALDS as the 2 and 3 teams in the American League. The Athletics are 2 wins behind the Yankees. So it's not impossible that the Athletics could be the higher seed going into playoffs. They just need to get on a roll and hope that the Yankees struggle throughout August and September. That's strike 2. The Twins right now have 80 wins, 8 over the Yankees and 10 over the Athletics. So unless the Twins struggle throughout August and September and the Yankees and Athletics go on a hot streak, the Twins will have the number 1 seed in the American League and will likely face a wild card team. But you're looking right now at 2 teams most likely to make the playoffs, most likely to win their divisions, and it's probable that these 2 teams will play each other in the ALDS come October. Well, Chapman just struck out, 1 out, top of the 7th, and here is Chris Davis, who is 1 for 2 in 3 plate appearances. He's walked in this game, and he's also hit a 2-run home run. Fouls that one off, and he's quickly down 0-2. His 2-run home run in the 3rd made it 3-0 at the time. The Athletics have since tagged on 3 more runs on 2 different homers. That's lined out to left field, played by Gardner for the 2nd out.
Now batting.
But the Athletics have not scored on any other type of hit but a home run. The Yankees have 1 home run. Aaron Hicks hit a solo home run in the bottom of the 5th. And also in the bottom of the 5th inning, DJ LeMahieu hit an RBI single. That counted for both Yankees runs. The Yankees failed to score in the 6th, as did the Athletics, so now we're in the 7th with 2 outs. The A's have scored in 4 of the 6 previous innings.
2 balls, no strikes.
Matt Olson in the hitter's count, 2 balls and no strikes. Jay Happ still on the mound. He came in the middle of the 5th inning to replace Garrett Cole, who didn't record a single out in the 4th inning. Cole gave up, or excuse me, I should correct that statement. Cole is responsible for 5 of the earned runs scored by the Athletics, 5 of the 6.
3-2.
All runs scored by the Athletics in this game were earned. And Cole on the hook for the loss. Pitched 4+ innings and gave up 5 earned runs. Swing and a miss. Jay Happ pitches a scoreless 7th inning.
For the traditional 7th inning stretch.
No runs scored by the Athletics in that half inning. Going to the bottom of the 7th inning, it's the Yankees trailing the Athletics 6-2. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Yankees in this half inning. Aaron Hicks, Brett Gardner, and Mike Tauchman. Yankees trailing 6-2 in this bottom of the 7th inning. Also, again, this is Major League Baseball's virtual network. If you want to get notifications on when we go live and when we upload videos, you can check out our YouTube channel, MLB Virtual Network is the name. Just type it in the search bar and it should come up. And if you want more updates, other news of sorts like injury updates or transaction updates, see who gets called up from the minor leagues, you can follow our Twitter page at VirtualMLB is the handle. 1 ball, 2 strike count. It's outside, counts 2-2. Hicks hit a solo home run in his last at bat, which was back in the 5th inning. He led off the 5th with a solo home run, putting the Yankees on the board. But the Yankees still losing this game at the moment. Count 2-2. We're going to foul ball. The count's still even 2-2. This is game 2 of a 4-game series. Yankees got shut out yesterday, 8-0. Inside, just about hit his leg, but didn't get it. He backed out before it did. Count full 3-2. Ground ball right side into the shift, played by Pinder. He throws it to Olsen. That's out number 1.
The left fielder, number 11.
One out, bottom of the 7th, and that'll bring up the number 7 hitter and left fielder of the Yankees, Brett Gardner. 0 for 5 in the whole series. But has no hits and 2 official at-bats in this game. That's a fly ball out toward right field. Grossman able to make the catch. So on 1 pitch, Gardner is out. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th.
The right fielder.
And here comes the number 8 hitter and right fielder for the Yankees, Mike Tauchman. Tauchman 1 for 2. He singled and scored. That was back in the 5th. Paul Blackburn still on the mound for the A's. Both the Yankees and A's have used their registered long relief pitcher. And both pitchers still going at it. Blackburn replaced Chris Bassett in the 5th inning. Bassett let a runner on, then got an out, but was replaced. Bassett was responsible for giving up the run to Aaron Hicks when he hit the solo home run. Paul Blackburn responsible for giving up the other run. Fly ball out towards center, played by Ramon Laureano. He makes the catch, and that ends the 7th inning. So for the 2nd straight inning, the Yankees go down without a run scored. After 7 full innings, the Athletics lead this game 6-2.
Your attention, please.
And a new pitcher comes on the mound for the Yankees to start the 8th inning. It's Tommy Kahnle. Kahnle making his 49th appearance of the year and has a 2.89 ERA in 53 innings pitched. And he'll face the 5, 6, 7 hitters in the Athletics order to begin this half inning. Rhys Hoskins, Robbie Grossman, and Didi Gregorius. Misses, counts 1-0. Kahnle, a former Chicago White Sox pitcher, who was traded to the Yankees in the middle of the 2017 season. That was a blockbuster deal for the Yankees as well. They got Tommy Kahnle, David Robertson, and Todd Frazier in that deal. Kahnle, the only one left. Frazier hit free agency after the 2017 season and signed with the Mets, crosstown rivals of the Yankees. David Robertson spent another year with the Yankees, but he hit free agency again and ended up signing with the Phillies, where he's been on the injured list for most of his time there. And Kahnle, the only one left who was part of that trade and is still pitching for the Yanks.
The right fielder.
One batter into his outing, he gives up a walk, so Rhys Hoskins on first base, and Robbie Grossman is coming up, the number 6 hitter, 2nd bat in this half inning. Grossman singled back in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3 in total. That's fouled off, the count 0-1. It's outside, counts 1-1. Jonathan Holder and Luis Cessa. Warming up in the Yankees bullpen, two right-handers. Holder on the right and Cessa on the left. That's a strike, counts 1-2. Canley, a power reliever for the Yankees. Throws a high-velocity fastball and has what he describes as a knuckle curve. And he strikes out Grossman there on an off-speed pitch right down the middle. And with that, we'll look at the starter comparison from both teams. Both pitchers pitched into the fifth inning. Chris Bassett gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, struck out 5. Garrett Cole gave up 5 earned runs on 6 hits. He struck out 4. Cole in line for the loss right now. Bassett did not meet the minimum amount of required innings to classify, or excuse me, I should say qualify for the win. So might go to Paul Blackburn if the Athletics can hold the lead. That was a tough outing for Garrett Cole, who gave up 3 home runs in his start.
That's ball 3.
3 ball, no strike count.
No strike.
The Athletics have hit 4 home runs in this game, 2 of which were by Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman has 3 RBIs in this game. Chris Davis has 2, and Didi Gregorius, the one at the plate, has 1. He homered back in the 4th.
3 balls, 1 strike.
It's a 3-1 count on Gregorius, the starting shortstop for the Athletics. Gregorius now playing for his 5th Major League team. Started with the Reds, spent 2 years with the Diamondbacks, spent 4 seasons with the Yankees, spent a half a year with the Phillies, and the second half of the year is now with the Athletics. Count full 3-2. Full count pitch. That's fouled off. The count still 3-2. Gregorius struck out on a similar pitch in his first at bat, a high inside fastball. That time he was able to get a piece of it, not swing through it. Well, Canley goes right back to that high and inside fastball. Gregorius down on strikes and uncharacteristically frustrated.
Second baseman, Chad Pinder.
Gregorius down on strikes again. 2 outs now. Top of the 8th, and here is Chad Pinder, who has a couple singles in this game. 2 hits in 3 official at-bats. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Canley throwing in the high 90s consistently. That last pitch was 97 miles per hour. It's a line drive towards center. Hicks running back, and he makes the catch right by the warning track. That ends the top of the 8th inning. So the A's get no runs on no hits and leave no runners on base. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Yankees in this half inning. Rob Brantley, DJ LeMahieu, and Gleyber Torres. Now, I definitely made a mistake last inning, but before I say what that mistake was, Matt Chapman with a great play throws out Brantley at first. That's out number 1. The reigning Gold Glove third baseman in the American League just makes a sparkling play right there. Well done, and from his knees, both knees. He didn't even put one up to gain some balance. He threw it from both knees, gets the out. So 1 out, bottom of the 8th. There's DJ LeMahieu, but last inning, the Athletics got no runs on 1 hit. No, I'm wrong. No runs on no hits, 1 walk in the inning, and 1 runner left on. That's the official line score from the top of the 8th inning for the Athletics. So my apologies for that, but we are on the bottom of the 8th now. 1 out, and DJ LeMahieu sends a fly ball toward left center field. That's carrying toward the track, and the catch made by Ramon Laureano.
Up next for the Yankees, the shortstop, Gleyber.
So 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning, and here comes the number 2 hitter for the Yankees, Gleyber Torres. Torres no hits in 3 at-bats, and he struck out back in the 5th inning. Paul Blackburn's still on the mound, and he's pitching his way to a winning decision. Blackburn gave up 1 of the 2 runs scored by the Yankees. He allowed Mike Tauchman to reach on a single, and then Tauchman later scored, so that run charged to Blackburn. The other run scored by the Yankees charged to Chris Bassett, who gave up a solo home run to Aaron Hicks. That run was also scored in the 5th inning. The Yankees scored both their runs in the 5th. The Athletics scored their 6 runs within the first 5 innings of the game. Check swing, but called a strike, counts 1-2. The Athletics got a solo home run from Matt Chapman in the 1st, a 2-run home run from Chris Davis in the 3rd, a solo home run from Didi Gregorius in the 4th, and a 2-run home run from Matt Chapman in the 5th. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. That was a high breaking ball, and Torres just swung under it and missed it. So the 8th inning over. No runs on no hits and nobody left on for the Yankees after 8 full innings. The Athletics have 6 and the Yankees have 2.
Your attention, please.
New pitcher on the mound for the Yankees to start inning number 9. It's Jonathan Holder, making his 30th appearance of the season. He has an earned run average of .437 in 35 innings pitched this season.
Leading off for the Athletics, the catcher, Sean.
9-1-2 hitters due up for the Athletics in this half inning. Sean Murphy, Ramon Laureano, and Matt Chapman.
Nope, that's a ball.
Sean Murphy is 0 for 3. He hit a double yesterday. It's been his only hit of the series so far. That's inside, count is 2-0. This is game 2 of a 4-game series. The Athletics won yesterday 8-0. The Athletics now have an opportunity to win this game and at the very least split the series. These are 2 teams that could potentially see each other in the postseason in the division series. A little taste of the postseason in this 4-game series in August. And Sean Murphy gets his 2nd hit of the series and his 1st hit of the game. A flare into right field gets him on first with a single. Nobody out. Top of the 9th, and here is Ramon Laureano. Laureano 1 for 3. He singled and scored a couple times.
0-1 the count.
Swings and misses at strike 1. 271 hitter, 364 on base percentage, and a 489 slugging percentage. It's inside, counts 1-1. Laureano runs well, excels at getting on base, and defensively, he is a showstopper. Plus arm in center, more like a plus arm. He has a very strong arm, and he covers a lot of range, and he's able to scale the wall and rob home runs. Pop up out toward the left side of the infield in foul territory. There's Gio Urshela to make the catch, and Sean Murphy stays right on first base. That's out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Matt Chapman.
There comes the number 2 hitter, and right now the most productive batter of the game for the Athletics, Matt Chapman, who has a couple home runs, 3 RBIs in total. Fouls that one off. The count's 0-1. The Athletics have only scored on home runs in this game. No other hit or walk or hit by pitch has produced a run. But all the long ball.
Look out, 1-1.
3 different hitters have hit home runs for the Athletics. 2 of the home runs came from Matt Chapman. Chris Davis had another, and Didi Gregorius the third. Counts 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
It's outside. The count's even 2-2. Since the wild card era, the Athletics have been in 3 wild card games and have lost all 3 of them. They lost to the Royals in 2014. They lost to the Yankees in 2018, and just last season they lost to the Rays. Last time the Athletics won the American League West was in 2013. The Athletics' last World Series championship was in 1989. Strike 3 called. Matt Chapman down on strikes again. Jonathan Horter gets the strikeout. 2 outs now, top of the 9th. And Chris Davis, the designated hitter, is coming to the plate. The Athletics, I'm certain, will be happy to be guaranteed a 5-game series after having their last 3 playoff appearances come in the form of a wild card team, and they've lost their 3 wild card appearances since the wild card era has been around, or the wild card team era, I should say. Because prior to 2012, there was no wild card game. There was only 1 wild card team that played the best team in each league. Counts even 1-1. And it's been 6 seasons since the Athletics have won the division. The Angels won it in 2014, the Rangers won it in 2015 and 16, and the Astros have won the past 3 seasons. Swing and a miss, that's out number 3. Chris Davis down on strikes. That's the last chance for the Yankees coming up in the bottom of the 9th inning. They trail by 4 runs.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the A's,
J.B. Wendelken will come into the game. He's making his 49th appearance of the season, and he has a .398 earned run average in 52 innings pitched this season. 3, 4, 5 hitters do it for the Yankees in this half inning. Gio Urshela, Miguel Andujar, and Luke Voigt. And of those 3 hitters combined, they all have 1 hit. And it was by Luke Voigt earlier in the game. Gio Urshela and Miguel Andujar have no hits in this game. It's been a struggle for the Yankees. They're middle of the order, not producing. They've been limited to 2 runs. Meanwhile, the Athletics took 5 from Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole, the starting pitcher of the Yankees in this game. Didn't pitch out of the 5th inning, gave up 5 earned runs. J. Happ responsible for the other run given up. As for the Athletics, they gave up both runs in the 5th inning. Chris Bassett gave up a solo home run to Aaron Hicks, and then Paul Blackburn gave up an RBI single to DJ LeMahieu. J.B. Wendelken, the 3rd pitcher on the mound for the Athletics in this game. And he's facing the heart of this Yankees order. That's strike 2. This is game 2 of a 4-game series. The Athletics won yesterday, and they're in position to win game 2. And at least, if they win this game, they will split the series. That's at the least. Ground ball left side, played by Chapman. Throws to Olsen, that's out number 1.
now batter.
So 1 out, bottom of the 9th. And Miguel Andujar will come to the plate. Andujar 0 for 3. That's dropped his average by 2 points. It was at 340 entering play. Now it's at 338. Wendelken's pitch. It's outside. Counts 1-0. Goes Mero, Petit, and Jake Diekman warming up. Diekman number 35 and Petit, the other one, just coming back on your screen there. One ball, no strike count. It's outside, counts 2-0. Andujar has been a catalyst in this Yankees order for most of the year, but in this game he's struggling. No hits. 2-0 count. Base hit. That's his first hit of the game, and that gets into right center field. Cut off by Laureano. And with his arm, Andujar won't even think about testing it. He stops at first. One out single for Andujar. That was a low pitch, and he hit it sharply. Just got it past Pinder at second. And here's Luke Voigt. Voigt doubled in the second inning. That was his first at bat. He's since gone 0 for 2. As he fouls that pitch off, strike one. Voigt 2 for 6 in the series. Got a hit last night and has a hit in this game. No ball, one strike count. Towards second, Pinder to Gregorius to Olsen. That's a double play. And the Athletics have taken game 2 of this series. 6-2 the final score. So the Athletics got to Garrett Cole early. Cole gave up 5 earned runs to the A's. He has the losing decision in this game. Paul Blackburn, the one walking there, number 58. He earned the win in this one. Chris Bassett was the starter for the Athletics, but he didn't pitch 5 innings, which means that he was not eligible for the win. So Blackburn gets the win. And Wendelken there did not get a save, but he got the final out of the game, coming out of the bullpen. But Paul Blackburn got the win. He pitched 3 2/3 innings out of the bullpen. Gave up 1 earned run on 2 hits, struck out 2 batters. Garrett Cole added 4 strikeouts to his American League leading total, but he still gave up 5 earned runs in this start on 6 hits in 4 innings. He got the loss. The Athletics got to him early and chased him from the game. Going into the 4th inning, Cole didn't pitch out of the 5th.
47,309. The Yankees thank you for attending.
No save earned in this one, but our player of the game goes to Matt Chapman, who went 2 for 5. Both of his hits were home runs. He had a solo home run in the 1st inning, and then he had a 2-run home run in the 5th. And he was instrumental in helping the Athletics gain a lead early and keep the lead, add to it, and then eventually win the game against another powerhouse in the New York Yankees. So quick scoring summary. The Athletics scored first in the 1st inning on a Matt Chapman solo home run. They got 2 more runs in the 3rd inning on a Chris Davis 2-run home run. Then in the 4th, Didi Gregorius hit a solo home run. That made it 4-0, and Matt Chapman hit his 2nd home run of the game in the 5th. That made it 6-0. The Yankees got 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Aaron Hicks hit a solo home run, and DJ LeMahieu hit an RBI single, and after that point, neither team scored. The Athletics held their lead, and they ended up winning by 4 runs. So the Athletics improved to 71-45. The Yankees fall to 72-44. And this series is still important. We're not close to the end of the year yet necessarily. Still have about a month and a half to go, but these are the 2 and 3 seeds right now in the American League. The Yankees, division leaders in the AL East, and the Athletics, division leaders in the AL West, and both of these teams have worse records than the Minnesota Twins do. So right now, it's a matter of who will have the 2nd seed and who will have the 3rd seed come postseason time for the American League playoffs. But whoever has the better record will have the higher seed, which means that during that division series, that team will have home field advantage for 3 of the games if necessary. So it's still important for these 2 teams to have the best record possible to earn home field advantage in the division series. Right now, the Yankees have the better record, but the Athletics could swing that if they win or potentially sweep this series. And if the Yankees get cold, the Athletics could have a better record and sustain a better record up until the end of the season. But that's all still hypothetical. That's all still to come, but that's just how the scenario could run. Right now, you have 2 division leaders playing each other. Unless the Twins happen to get cold and relinquish their league-leading record, these 2 teams will be fighting for that 2nd and 3rd spot in the American League playoffs. But this has been a production of Major League Baseball's Virtual Network. This game and all of our games brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name is Nicholas Callis. And once again, the final score, the Athletics 6 and the Yankees 2.